Let's talk about something that's, well, absolutely critical. What if I told you that the biggest health threat to women isn't what most of us think it is? Today, we're going to break down a really powerful presentation by Dr. Fumi Shimabukuro from the Pink Goes Red initiative. And trust me, we're about to uncover some truths that could literally save lives. Dr. Shimabukuro doesn't waste any time getting to the point, so we're not going to either. Let's dive right into the heart of her message. So, first up, we're tackling a crisis that is, weirdly enough, hiding in plain sight. We're about to reveal the #1 health risk for women, and I'm gonna bet it's not what you're expecting. Okay, let's just put the question out there. What do you think is the #1 killer of women? Just take a second to think about it. Is it cancer? Something else? The answer? Well, it's pretty startling. 1 in 3. That's the number. 1 out of every 3 women will die from cardiovascular disease. Just let that sink in for a moment. It's a massive, staggering reality that just doesn't get enough attention. And here's the part that really puts it all into perspective. Heart disease isn't just one of the leading causes of death for women, it is the leading cause. It actually takes more lives than all forms of cancer combined. Looking at this really drives the point home. We all know the pink ribbon for cancer awareness, and that is so, so important. But the symbol for heart disease, wow, it represents an even larger crisis for women, and one that is very often underrecognized and even undertreated. So the big question is why? Why is this massive health issue so often overlooked? Let's dig into some of the hidden risk factors that tend to fly under the radar. All right, so we all know about the usual suspects, things like smoking or having high blood pressure. But Dr. Shimabukuro's work points to 3 other factors that are especially critical for women, and they are consistently underestimated. Okay, first up, physical inactivity. A sedentary lifestyle is just such a powerful, silent threat. Second, hormonal changes. Estrogen has this amazing protective effect on our arteries, but as it declines during menopause, a woman's risk for heart disease just skyrockets. And third, waiting too long. Heart disease develops silently, over decades. If you wait for symptoms to show up, you're already playing catch-up. All right, after all that heavy news, this is where the story gets really, really helpful. We're about to look at some genuinely exciting new science that shows a pretty surprising and unique advantage that women have. And here it is. This is the big headline from some groundbreaking research that just came out in 2024. It turns out that when it comes to exercise, women get more bang for their buck. They can achieve the same, or in some cases even greater, heart health benefits as men, but in way less time. Just take a look at this. For moderate exercise, we're talking like a brisk walk, women hit their maximum benefit at only 140 minutes a week. Now look over at the bar for men. To get that same peak benefit, they need 300 minutes. That is less than half the time for women. It's incredible. And the pattern just keeps going when you look at vigorous exercise. You can see it right here. Women hit their peak benefit at just 57 minutes a week, while men need almost double that, at 110 minutes. This is a total game changer, especially when you think about how to fit exercise into a busy schedule. And here is the payoff. At these ideal activity levels, both men and women see around a 24% reduction in their mortality risk. So what's the big takeaway here? It's equal benefit for way less time. This right here is the women's advantage. This is such an important message. You do not have to become some elite athlete overnight. The real goal here is just consistency, not killing yourself with intensity. Just making movement a regular, normal part of your life is what truly makes all the difference. So now that we're armed with this amazing new information about exercise, let's kind of zoom out a bit. Dr. Shimabukuro lays out a really simple, straightforward framework for building a strong foundation for your heart health for life. These are the pillars. First, nutrition, focusing on whole foods, fruits, veggies, fish. Next, physical activity. And we now know that aiming for about 150 minutes a week is a fantastic target. Third, quality sleep. Getting 7 to 9 hours a night is just non-negotiable for your body to repair itself. Number 4 is stress management, finding what works for you, whether it's deep breathing or just some quiet time. And the final pillar, which is really interesting, is body warming. Simple things like taking a warm bath or using a sauna can have a really positive impact on your circulation and relaxation. And please remember this, it all adds up. You don't have to carve out a huge block of time. Breaking up your activity into little 10-minute chunks throughout the day, that totally counts. The most important thing is just to start where you are and build from there. And this is really the idea that ties it all together. Taking these proactive steps, managing your food, your movement, your sleep, your stress, it's not a chore. It is an act of empowerment. It's you taking the steering wheel and being in control of your health for the long run. So we're going to leave you with this question. This doesn't have to be some massive, life-altering overhaul. Maybe it's just a 10-minute walk after dinner. Maybe it's swapping one soda for a glass of water. What is one small, totally achievable change you can make today to invest in your heart's future?